new activity using shapes, you're going to take the file from Google Classroom and put it into Illustrator. I'll go over how to take a screenshot of it to drag it in during class time. And once it's in Illustrator, you're gonna, you can scale it down if you want it to fit your artboard. So to do that, I'm gonna hold Shift while I click the corner and scale it down. If I don't hold Shift, it will distort. Now over in the layers, if you don't see your layers, you can always get them by going to Window Layers. I'm going to lock the background layer because I'm going to be drawing right on top of it. I'm going to go to the bottom of my Layers panel, which, let me show you it right here. I'm going to click the Create a New Layer. I'm going to double click on Layer 2 and I'm going to write Mickey. So I'm going to label my layers. With my navigator open, I'm going to zoom in to just the Mickey so you can see what I'm doing. Now this is also under Windows. If you want the navigator open, you can go to Window Navigator to get this to scroll around. And I'm just going to start by making 3 circles that are overlapping and fit on top of this shape. So I'm going to scale it. If I want to be able to look through the object to see what I am, if I am making that accurately, I can bring the opacity down, which is up on this top toolbar. That makes it a little transparent. So I'm going to do that. Just going to move that over. And once I get one ear, I could just copy and paste to make the second. So I'm going to go to my black arrow. I'm going to copy and paste. I just went to the black arrow because I can move it that way. I can move it with the shape tool as well if I'm in the center of it, but the black arrow will let you select an object and move it. Now, we're going to be using the shape builder. In order to use this, you want to click and drag to select all 3 shapes. So you can see I have 3 circles selected. I'm going to come to the shape builder tool, I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to click and drag to make a path or a line through all 3 shapes. And now I have one continuous shape. So I'm going to just change the color of this. I'm going to bring the opacity back to 100. And I could give it, oh, let me see here. I could give it an outline if I wanted here. And then I'm just going to move it off to the side when I'm done so I can see the original and the one that I created. This one has the same concept where you're overlapping shapes. And you just, the only difference is there's more shapes for this one. And I need a shape with some kind of flat edge. And I want to go back and edit this one circle, so I'm going to use the selection tool and bring this bottom edge up a little to meet this straight edge. Alright, that looks pretty, that should work pretty well. So now I'm going to go to my black arrow, I'm going to select all the shapes that I want to use the shape builder with. And I'm going to click, I'm holding my click and dragging my mouse to create the line through all the shapes. Oh, and I missed a little, so I'm going to drag through those shapes, and here it is. I'm going to take that, move it off to the side. You can, if you want, make it the same as the one that is in the stock. I think it's yeah, you can color match if you want with this eyedropper. And then I'm just going to swap these so the fill and the stroke are swapped, and I'm going to increase the stroke. So it's a little bit thicker. It doesn't have to be exact. Okay, now I'm going to move over to the donut, which you're just doing the shape of the donut. Don't worry about the frosting. Yeah, so for this one, we're going to be subtracting. So here I have 2 circles. I'm going to select them both. Now I'm going to come over to the shape builder, and I don't want to combine these because then I just have a circle if I combine them both. I want to subtract. So on your keyboard, to the next to the command button, there's the option button. When you press it, you'll notice this goes, the black arrow goes from a plus to a minus. You want to hold that down and click the center, and that will subtract that center shape. Over here, I want you to try these on your own. Try to figure out, so for this first one, you can just copy and paste this, and then try to figure out, how do you get half a circle? So over here, I can make, let's see, a red circle. How do I subtract from this circle so that it's just half of a circle? What can you do to do that? So try to figure that out.